Hello and welcome to my video of my Mamod. This video is going to show you how to steam up a Mamod. I have two Mamods and a steam power engine SP2 and a steam wagon, which you can see now. In this video I'm only going to be steaming steam wagon as my SP2 is under construction at the moment. Right, with this model I am doing modifications. That's why my safety valve is here instead of here, so I've swapped around the whistle and the safety valve. Right, first thing you do is undo the safety valve, which would normally be here, but I still do it by the safety valve. This is your safety valve, spring loaded. Let's put that down. Right, some people say that you have to use distilled water. It is critical you don't use tap water. It doesn't actually matter because it doesn't make that much scale, and if it does you can actually put vinegar into the bowl and let it soak for about an hour and it descales it. But you shouldn't put descaling stuff you put in your kettle because it does damage the boiler because it's brass. The modifications I'm thinking of doing this is red instead of green, but I'm going to try and put brass boiler bands on it. Alright, last one, because it won't be steaming for long. Right, place your safety valve back on. Now you have to do this quite tight because otherwise it leaks. Right. The second thing you do is your fire. This is your burner tray and two fuel tablets. Mamod recommend you use 2 because they go out before the water runs out, and it is quite dangerous if you use more than 2 because you can end up with your Mamod blowing up. Right, light your fuel. And then you add it. And then there's your burner. Just need to place it on. Right. Burner's in there. Right. Third thing you do is oil. Now, there has to be a certain type of oil, otherwise it can be too thin or too thick, and you don't want too thick otherwise it will stick, or too thin it just won't do anything. Right, you should oil the piston. It's a bit too much I've put in there. I lost control really. Suck some of that out. And just oil all moving parts. You should do this part. I am over oiling it a bit, but flange, no, not the flange, sorry, the flywheel. I was looking at the flywheel. I do the whistle because I use the whistle quite a bit, and then that's about it. And then all you need to do is wait for it to steam. You can put the wagon back on. All you need to do now is wait for pressure to build up, and then you can let off a little bit of steam. Another modification I am thinking of doing is in the back here there will be this, but instead of wood, because the wood doesn't fit very well, that it will sit in there something like that. It's not in there properly, but this will all be metal, and then that can be a little compartment where I can keep all my fuel tablets and the oil. It normally takes about 10 or 5 minutes to steam up, depending what the temperature is around the boiler, and I am inside, so it should be quite warm. Right, this is a poster. If I just move this stuff out of the way, this is a poster of all the Mamods that I made. There's SP2 is what I have, the kits, and they even made a double acting piston now, and it's slightly more realistic because Mamod's ones, if you look here, they rock. Oh. And double acting piston doesn't. They even make fire engines, a Showman's one that actually has a generator, creates lights to work, trains, and then there's the steam wagon. You can get it in green, brown or blue, and soon it'll be red for my one. And then here I have a really old poster when they used methylated spirits for the burners. I actually have one here, an old burner. This is actually for this steam wagon, but I prefer to use methylated spirits. So put the methylated spirits in there, if I put it towards the light, and then it will burn off that. But it's a pain because methylated spirits you can spill everywhere, and you never know if you've got enough in there. So fuel tablets are easier and they can be cheaper. I'm thinking of buying a Showman's special, that's the double acting piston, but I'm not sure if to buy that or a Willisco, or I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but a D405 I'm thinking of, but I'm not sure. So if you leave any comments, please may you give me some advice of what to get. And we're starting to hiss, so I don't know if you can hear it. That's a good sign of getting boiler pressure. If you've noticed in the video, I've actually got homemade tyres on the wheels. It's a cheap way.